Hi there, I'm Tim Warner, host of the Inform IT Certification Reference Guide. Thanks again for joining me for this episode of the OnCertification screencast series. This one is called A Deeper Consideration of the CCENT Certification. Our agenda for this screencast is A, to go to the next level in our understanding of the Cisco Certified Entry Network Technician, otherwise known as the CCENT credential. We'll then examine some of our Cisco Press Pearson prep offerings to help you pass the exam, and then I'll give you yours truly's contact information in case you have any questions. Now then, CCENT is, at this point, still barely new, I guess you could say, credential from Cisco. It's a absolutely entry-level credential. I consider this to be Cisco's head-to-head competitor with CompTIA's Network Plus title. It's Cisco's attempt to kind of butt heads and steal market share from CompTIA in that space. Traditionally, folks who are looking for a ground-level, entry-level network technician title immediately flock to the doors of CompTIA and look at A+ for the computer hardware and computer software troubleshooting, and Network Plus for your Ethernet network troubleshooting stuff. Well, now we have CCENT. The other market positioning aspect of the CCENT, in my opinion, is that the CCENT serves as a gentle ramp-up for folks who may not be ready either experientially or just from a theoretical standpoint to tackle the CCNA exam. As you may or may not know, you can either take the full-bore CCNA test and just get that title over with, or you can take the ICND-1 and ICND-2 exams separately. As it happens, and as I'll show you in just a second in the demo portion of this screencast, the one qualification for earning your CCENT is to pass the ICND-1. So really, and this is just some observation being in the field and being associated with certifications for many years, I see the CCENT as being kind of a way for Cisco to throw a bone, as it were, at folks who exert the blood, sweat, and tears to pass the ICND-1 and incentivize them to keep going and then pass the ICND-2 to earn their CCNA. Because let's face it, I mean, there's a little tiny bit of cynicism coming out on my part, but you have to understand, friends, that these vendors like Microsoft and Cisco and certainly CompTIA look at certification as a revenue stream. Yes, certification helps us, the IT professionals, get better jobs and everything. There's no question about that. But we have to look at this holistically and understand that this is a game in the sense that folks like Cisco are trying to market these credentials and try to sell as many tests as possible, okay? So the third bullet point on this slide is, how is the CCENT buy-in from where you sit? In other words, do you see much competitive advantage of spending the $125 to go the ICND-1 route and earn the CCENT diploma for yourself? In other words, do you see headhunters out there on Monster.com or Dice.com responding to the CCENT? Have anybody you've interviewed with responded or asked you about it or even recognized the CCENT? These are questions that you need to ask. Some specific dollars and cents info. Registration with Cisco exams does not go through Prometric. Understand that. Cisco has an exclusive arrangement with Pearson VUE, vue.com/Cisco. The ICND exams cost $125 USD per attempt. The CCENT exam is approximately 50 to 60 questions, approximately an hour and a half. As long as you're working at a pretty steady clip, you should get through okay. But in my experience, Cisco exams tend to be the most time-crunched of any certification exams I've taken. The credentials do not last forever. That's a big difference between CompTIA Network Plus and Cisco CCENT. CCENT, like the CCNA itself, is going to be valid only for 3 years. However, your recertification options are pretty good. In other words, as soon as you pass your ICND-2, you're going to refresh your ICND-1 for another 3 years. In fact, you can pretty much pass any other Cisco career or specialist exam and refresh your CCENT. So they're pretty liberal as far as that goes. Now let's pop on the web and we'll look at some relevant websites. Our first stop is at the CCENT homepage at cisco.com. This is going to give us, first of all, the positioning. As you see, the Cisco pyramid, the famous Cisco pyramid, has entry at the bottom, then associate, then professional, then expert. We look at the table really quickly to verify that exam 640-822 ICND1 is the only it's actually required, not recommended exam. And that's really it. Here's the important recertification information I told you about. It's important for you to bookmark the home page of all of your exams just to keep in touch with any changes that might happen. Another site to bookmark is the Cisco View page. Here's where you can, again, keep in touch and keep your finger on the pulse with any news and changes to exam policies. You want to make sure you have a view.com account set up with them, and you can do your exam scheduling right online. You can cancel a test online if you need to, etc. Alrighty then, those are the two main points there. Oh, there's actually one more site I need you to be aware of, and that's the Cisco Learning Network. Let's just do a Google search really quick. Cisco Learning Network. Their URL's pretty funky, so Google's the best way to go here. There's the return right there, #1 return from Google. Cisco Learning Network is a Web 2.0 portal. Again, you'll want to definitely register. It's a free registration with them. And this eventually is where Cisco plans to migrate all of their career certification and specialist certification stuff to from their Cisco.com site. You can download lots of free stuff from this place. There's tons of free resources. There's multimedia. You can download free Cisco Press book chapters. In fact, speaking of Cisco Press, yet another site you need to be aware of is ciscopress.com. So I'm getting kind of spastic with my browser pages. Sorry about that, but I'm on kind of a roll. Make sure you've got ciscopress.com bookmarked because we run some really nice incentives here. We just recently ended an incentive. We were offering a significant discount, close to 50% off of downloadable ebooks. Yet again, another site to be aware of. Now then, at informit.com, which is Pearson Technology Group's online presence, if you run a search there, in fact, I've got that on one of my pages here. Here we go. If you do a site search, in the upper right corner of the home page, we have our search box. If you run a search for CCENT, you'll come back with, at least as of this recording on March 16th, 2009, 20 store results and almost 100 content results of many different products, both paper books as well as ebooks related to the CCENT. Over here in the content area, it looks like, where's my blog post? I've written several blog post entries. Here's a page on Cisco entry certifications. There we go. You'll definitely want to check out the Inform IT Certification Reference Guide because I've posted quite a bit of content on the CCENT certification in particular. A couple other Pearson resources that you might want to check out. All of these things are available at informit.com, by the way. Just make use of the site search function if you're not sure where to find this stuff. If you do a site search for CCENT Network Simulator, you'll come to this. This is a product that I'm particularly proud of because I'm part of the product team here. This is a fully functional network simulator that's going to give you hands-on practical experience in a simulated environment, of course, practicing with the Cisco iOS or Internetwork operating system. Another product that I'm involved in is the Pearson Cert Flashcards Online. This is a web application, very simple, elegant online flashcard tool. We're gradually rolling out a lot of Cisco flashcard sets. You see over here on the right, we have a couple of the CCNA concentration products already up. Very low price point there, so keep that in mind. And the very final stop is Safari Books Online. Again, you can get there from Inform IT. We've got a big ol' link. It kind of slaps you right in the face. It's hard to miss. If you belong to SBO, just run a site search for CCENT. And yet again, in your search results, there's tons and tons of stuff, including one of my favorite of our imprints, the Exam Cram series, that's chock full of exam tips and tricks, and most importantly, tons of practice questions. Here's my contact information for you. Again, my name's Tim Warner. Email address is timothy.warner@pearson.com. I have lots of presences at Pearson. Just pause the video and jot down some of these URLs. You can follow me at Twitter. You can watch my other OnCertification screencasts, or you can hit me up at the Certification Reference Guide. Thanks a lot for watching the screencast. Take good care.